him, tried to love our neighbors, had picnics in the park without him, passed laws and ordinances to limit his pickets, and are now taking him to court. What next for this community and the Phelps family? 13's Jim Doblin has some answers in this final chapter of the Phelps Factor. Jim?
Mary, Fred Phelps says if Jesus Christ doesn't return to earth this year, he expects debate about gay rights and his right to preach his message will, quoting now, ratchet up a notch during the upcoming year. Expect to see that debate continue on the curbside and in the courtroom.
I hope that nothing violent would happen, but to say that, there's been statements made by Mr. Phelps himself that if 20, 30, or 40 people have to die for this cause. And to me, again, as I've said, I feel sorry for someone who feels that way. For someone who says, I'm having such a good experience by seeing people near the rioting aspect or near the emotional break-off point, that I am so happy that I could die and go to heaven at this point and be happy about it. That's scary to me.
A lot of times when they beat us up, I feel my heart is just pounding a lot.
You have problems in school, other kids in police?
Yeah. They kick rocks at me, they spit on me, and I'm kind of used to it because when I was standing at the vintage, a guy threw a cigarette at me.
What do you think?
I said to myself, I feel sorry for him, but they're going to hell.
The Lord Jesus said, think not that I am come to bring peace. I came to bring a sword, to set people at odds, at variance, and a healthy thing. It generates robust debate. Supreme Court says that's good, in a democracy.
Fred Phelps' 25-year law career may have ended with disbarment from state and federal courts, but he'll be no stranger to a courtroom many times again in the near future as a defendant in 8 criminal defamation charges that stem from the barrage of vicious faxes. Phelps has challenged that criminal defamation statute in federal court. Until that issue is resolved, the state cases are on hold. In the meantime, a new law takes effect in July, taking aim at repeated unwanted faxes. Whether that has any effect is anybody's guess. While he's prohibited from picketing funerals, the pickets elsewhere continue. And after several death threats, the family was afforded police protection at each picket. Last week, detectives instead of street officers assumed guard duty. Critics wonder whether the city can afford it. The city says it's not costing anything extra. And while it may be easy to count money, it's a lot tougher to gauge the emotional cost to the city of Topeka.
This community, believe it or not, with everything we're going through, we're getting stronger. In some respects, we almost, as much as it hurts to say, need to say thank you, Fred. We've grown from this. We've learned from this. We've learned that we can live through experiences we never believed we could. We've reached out to people we never thought we would.
Hello? We're out of here, guys. You ready?
A couple of footnotes. First, whether the family and church can be classified as a destructive cult. Clearly, there is the presence of a charismatic leader, one of the 7 criteria outlined in the Cult Awareness Network's profile of destructive cults. But there are wide differences of opinion about whether the church meets the other 6 criteria: mind control, deception, exclusivity, alienation, exploitation, and a totalitarian worldview. Also interesting to note that the Cult Awareness Network's Kansas chapter didn't even have a file on Fred Phelps, only recently opened one, just this past month, in fact. The other footnote, the effect on the local economy. While the Convention and Visitors Bureau calls the family an embarrassment, officials say it hasn't cost Topeka any convention business yet. They are waiting to see what happens after a 2020 news piece is broadcast nationwide in the not-too-distant future.
Good job, a thorough job on those reports, Jim. Thank you very much.